This is a product proposal from Robin Fogarty and Associates.
We believe that the classroom teacher makes the difference, not a difference, in the learning journey of every child.
Through the years, we've produced many resources for professional development, including publications, trainings. Just to make sure you were clear, my name is Brian Pete. I work for Robin Fogarty and Associates. That's Robin Fogarty. I'm the associate. But I must say that in the last few years, my stock has been rising in the field of professional development.
But he's still the associate. I'm the president.
We're going to talk today about a product we're introducing called TikTok, Anytime, Anywhere PD Support.
We have many products with Solution Tree. It's been a wonderful partnership. We have books, and we've done some institutes, and we've done a couple webinars, and now we're hoping to develop another partnership with a new product.
TikTok is a series of web-based tutorials supporting the professional development, the book, and the author. The learner is in control of the time, the place, and the pace.
Our book, How to Teach Thinking Skills Within the Common Core, has been out for about a year. And as you know, Jim Belanca is one of the authors of this book. There's three of us. He is in Australia, so we've gone ahead and put the proposal together without him, but he will be involved, of course.
So we're going to talk a little bit about why these two ideas go together. How to Teach Thinking Skills Within the Common Core, our book, and our new product called TikTok. First off, each chapter of the book has a specific thinking skill. Clients can start with any chapter, any thinking skill. As you can see by our table of contents, there's 3 thinking skills per chapter, and there's 7 chapters, so it's a total of 21 thinking skills.
Another reason we think these two ideas go together is that the 3-phase model for teaching the thinking skills is repeated in every chapter, so it becomes a staple for the teacher. The 3-phase model includes the talk-through, which is the explicit teaching lesson, the walk-through, which has classroom content applications, and the drive-through, which is the performance tasks that students do on their own.
The third reason why these two ideas go together is because TikTok makes the book come alive for the teachers, so that the voice of the presenter is still there with them after the training is over. So let's look a little deeper into the book, How to Teach Thinking Skills Within the Common Core. Here are some of the basics of the book. There's 7 proficiencies or 7 chapters, and these are the 7 thinking skills that are woven through the book.
And of course, they're aligned to the Common Core and the 21st century thinking skills, so they really have a lot of cachet.
If you look at the 7 thinking skills or the 7 proficiencies, you'll see how we broke them out, and also the research numbers there that show the frequency in the Common Core. Again, the table of contents showing us how the thinking skills are aligned and how we came up with the 21 thinking skills.
The organizational frame for the book is about the 3-phase model of teaching, and it has in it 3 phases: the talk-through, the walk-through, and the drive-through. The heart and soul of the book is the talk-through, that explicit teaching piece on a thinking skill. And we use a template for that is research-based with best practices. And I just want to show you quickly how that has evolved. The first piece, motivational mindset, is getting the kids emotionally involved in the learning, is based on the work of Judy Willis, the neurosurgeon turned middle school teacher who has been writing about this. The skill description comes from the work of Robert Marzano in his book Building Background Knowledge, where he talks about how you build vocabulary and using descriptions before definitions. The menu of operations, or how-to steps for the student, are based on Barry Byers' work in terms of how to teach thinking skills, which he developed a number of years back. The instructional strategy itself is based on the work of Madeline Hunter for Mastery Teaching, and it talks about the effectiveness of explicit instruction. The assessment piece comes from the work of Rick Stiggins with his classroom assessments. including formative and summative assessments. And finally, the reflection piece is the metacognitive piece, where students are thinking about their thinking, learning about their learning, so that they can take these processes into life as habits of mind. And that's based on the work of Art Costa.
One of the things we say a lot in the workshops is we tell the teachers to teach the process as the content. So if the process today is compare and contrast, that is the content. That's what we want explicitly taught to the kids. Now, a teacher could say, I want you to compare and contrast Lord of the Flies to Animal Farm, but the kids might say, I didn't do the reading. Of course, that may be true. Then how do you teach that process? So we say, why don't we start with something that's a little bit more familiar to them? So we might say, I want you to compare and contrast Christmas to Thanksgiving. Now, the student can't say to them, I didn't do the reading. The content is very familiar to them. And then the teaching, the rigor is applied in the process, as the process is now the content. Another example, let's compare Rihanna to Beyonce. And the students looking at those two and they say, well, I'm very familiar with that content. Yes, you are. And now the teacher is going to teach the skill of compare and contrast. Teach the process as the content. Because we believe every child could be thinking at grade level by the end of the school year. If we are concentrating on the process of thinking, their achievement level or their content level varies, but their thinking can be raised to grade level. Let's try one more. We'll compare and contrast delivering PD on-site to TikTok. First off, on-site PD, travel is usually by air, which can be very luxurious, sometimes not so much. On-site PD, transitions at the airport can take time, sometimes they can be a bit crowded. Careful if you check a bag. On-site PD, you have travel to and from the airport, which could be pretty fun. Sometimes you have to take the best option, and sometimes you get a little desperate. On-site PD, you have the cost of feeding the consultant, which can be very nice. And then, of course, there's ways to keep that cost down. On-site PD normally includes cost of a hotel room, and again, we can find sliding scales in that area also. So let's look at the T-chart. On-site PD compared to TikTok. One delivers quality PD to the client, the other delivers quality PD to the client. On-site PD involves air travel, ground travel, hotel rooms, meals on the road. TikTok, client access content anytime, anywhere. Client's in charge of the pace of the learning. Client decides where in the content they want to go and when.
The reason our book seems perfect for the teachers working on Common Core is that it has great relevance for schools that are implementing the state standard, exemplified in this chapter 9 with the skill of determine. Determine occurs 50 times in the Common Core document. We set it up just as we do all of them, and then we show the progression of this skill, which really makes sense to teachers, from kindergarten to grade 12. It starts out with retell, recount, and then it moves in at second grade, determine. And by third grade, fourth, fifth, determine the theme, determine the central idea, determine the word choice. And you can see that it permeates every level of schooling. So as we develop these, it's going to have a great impact from year to year. And as they look at the skills and the standards, they'll notice that other skills, explain, summarize, analyze, are embedded in the target skill. So the thinking, we believe, is the key to working smarter rather than just working harder, because we're all working as hard as we can right now in Common Core.
TikTok, anytime, anywhere PD support. And now we're going to just answer a few parts of the product development proposal just to make sure we've covered that. Robin Fogarty and Brian Peter, the authors and presenters for Solution Tree.
Some of the product information is that TikTok, as we see it, is a series of videos of authors teaching key elements of each chapter using slides and the author's voice. No talking heads video. It's web-based, anytime, anywhere.
A typical implementation process for this product would be We see it working 3 different ways. 1, a school buys site license. Teachers use the modules as support for the book.
2, the modules are bundled as part of a package, including the book, on-site PD, and the modules, which would be a great support for the school.
Or 3, the modules are used to support an on-site PD with incentives for the school to purchase TikTok as a follow-up.
TikTok seems the simplest and most direct way to connect Solution Tree authors to their readers, their audience, and their clients.
TikTok is based on Solution Tree publications using Solution Tree authors and marketing to Solution Tree clients. The goal is to expand the Solution Tree client base with a cost-effective product for the schools and at the same time be profitable due to annual license renewals. So we've checked off the boxes on the product information. Now we're going to get into our marketing rationale.
Every school in America is facing a twofold problem: implement the Common Core and do it with little money and little time. TikTok gives schools an option that takes less time and less money than on-site and video-based PD courses.
On-site PD isn't going away, but TikTok enhances the experience as either a starting point before a PD visit or as something for the teachers to use to support the PD day. Of course, in the olden days, this is what it might have looked like in a very busy PD. And of course, they can be a little more upscale, but these people are still interested, but not that active. And even what it looks like today, where we just put them in a room and try to do a little porn store. Cost-effective quality PD is becoming harder and harder to find. Every district is facing the same challenge: implement the Common Core with less money and less teacher release time. A simple search through the internet will find tons of articles about how the cost of implementing Common Core is becoming more of a challenge.
The technology is so new and the concept so simple. Engaging tutorials that follow each stand-alone chapter, teaching a different thinking skill in each module, is much different from video classes, video conferencing, and webinars.
In the history of technology, new things replace old things. But when we think about video conferencing, we like to think of it more like Facebook to Twitter. Now the parents are on Facebook and the kids are on Twitter. Now we'll go to the next part of the proposal. We think TikTok is perfect for our book, How to Teach Thinking Skills Within the Common Core.
We would need permission to use the materials and a marketing agreement. That would be the support that we would need.
RFA and Solution Tree will coordinate marketing efforts and product delivery. RFA will handle all aspects of production, designing, editing, and transition to web-based platform. At this time, we have some ideas about pricing. For example, for half the cost of a one-day on-site PD, we could offer a 1-year license to schools.
We do need permission to use the materials. Production costs are minimal. Just consider what you are watching now was produced in less than 12 hours total.
Our book has 7 chapters. Each chapter has 3 thinking skills. We will have 7 modules, 1 from each chapter, ready by June 1st, 2013. We think that this introductory product will tell us a lot about pricing and viability.
In conclusion, TikTok PD support. Anytime, anywhere, anyone. Pause it, review it, stop it. Revisit, return, and renew.
New ideas are explosive. New ideas are risky. New ideas are timely. New ideas are closer than you think.
This is Robin Fogarty,
This is Brian Pete.
and we'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this proposal for TikTok, a new product that we have in mind.